And we'll start off by looking at the Syntax Roof Systems camera at the Killeen All-American Chevy dealership. And look at the flag blowing. This is blowing towards the camera. That's I-14, so that means we have a northwest wind now in Killeen. That is thanks to the cold front, and that's bringing in drier air. Now, as this cold front is slamming into our very muggy atmosphere, that is leading to a little bit of light fog. This is looking about 5 miles towards downtown Waco from our studio on New Road. And as you look back behind there, you can't see anything. So about a 6-mile visibility currently is what's being reported at the airport. You'll notice the light fog, but it won't be anything that'll cause issues for your driving. You can see that front on our live radar network. If you look real closely, this thin line that's now pushed past Waco into southern McLennan County. Now back behind it, we've fallen into the 60s in Hamilton and Goldthwaite. We're looking at mid-70s now, Waco, Temple, Killeen, and lower 80s ahead of that front in Bryan College Station. Dew points are starting to drop as well to the west. That is going to eventually kick out all this humidity we've been dealing with for a good while, and it's going to feel a lot more pleasant today. So while we won't see a massive cool down, numbers will be pretty similar to what we saw yesterday, but this time we'll have full sunshine around, so a sign we do have a cooler, drier air mass in place, and that will make things feel a lot more pleasant here as we go through your Tuesday. So we start here in the mid-70s. We'll still warm up into the upper 70s, but again, that northwest wind making it feel a lot more pleasant. 87 in Waco this afternoon. Call for 89 Killeen and Temple. Could still see some low 90s across parts of the Brazos Valley. Should normally be at 87. The record, by the way, 95 and 1933. And then tonight, this is when you notice some of the crisper air numbers that will fall into the 50s in spots. And Future Track will show you as this front pushes through. Yeah, we can't rule out an isolated shower in the Brazos Valley, but the majority of this front passing will be quiet. 50s when you wake up in the morning, some low 60s as well, a lot nicer. We'll see 80s in the afternoon tomorrow, even some areas close to 90 with that southeast wind coming back up, and that will eventually drop the humidity. So Thursday starts more humid, and by Thursday afternoon, as we climb into the low to mid 90s, that may eventually trigger showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening that could try to pull through. I'll give it about a 30% chance of storms. Other than that, the rest of the work week looks much quieter behind this front. Yeah, the humidity will come back up for the weekend. Notice some morning lows coming up. Numbers hanging around in the mid-90s. Sunday brings an isolated storm chance, and then these storm chances ramp back up, some of which could impact your Memorial Day on Monday, a 40% chance of storms. Still keeping some lingering storm chances into the middle of next week. In the Brazos Valley, more of the same. Low 90s there on Tuesday. Looks like storm chances could come back in next week.
Coming up, a hearing is scheduled to discuss massive cuts to the Health and Human Services Department, and also the IRS could soon have a new commissioner. We have your national headlines coming up in about 3 minutes. Well, making headlines at this hour, a hearing is scheduled to discuss the Trump administration's massive cuts to the Health and Human Services Department. Let's go ahead and take it to our national team who has all the details this morning.
Good morning, I'm Andrew Rafferty, and here's a look at what is happening today. A hearing brought on by 19 states in the District of Columbia is scheduled today in Rhode Island to address the massive cuts to the Health and Human Services Department. Under the Trump administration, roughly